Hi, Scorpio. This general reading is going to be about forgiveness and how you can, learn how to forgive currently in your life or what needs forgiving, anything really that wants to come through. I feel like forgiveness is really one of those hard things, like to really truly forgive, not just like, kind of sort of forgive, where it's just like to maintain the peace, to maintain the peace, to maintain the peace, or just so you don't feel uncomfortable because maybe you just hate that energy of not getting along with people. You could be one of those people that like feels better when they know that they're getting along with everybody else, whatever the situation is. But the truth is, when we do things like that, we never heal properly, and somehow that the things that we don't really truly forgive end up coming back to bite us in the butt. And they come back to bite us in the butt in forms of resentment, passive aggressive comments, jokes. I love those people. Oh man, oof. So it's so important to figure out, who and what and where in your life needs forgiving. And I feel like the most, when you Google it, honestly, in the quotes you read about forgiving, it's all so straightforward. It's all so true. It's like whoever you feel has harmed you, whether it's family, friends, lovers, it's like, even if they're not sorry, you need to choose to forgive them for yourself, for your own well-being, for your own peace of mind. I feel like that's so like, how do you still get there? Okay, like I know I need to do it for me, but how do I actually do it? Because you still need to do the work, right? You still need to actually do the action of forgiving and being real about it. So I feel like those are the things you're kind of missing when you look into how to forgive. And the best example I can give you is truly believing and understanding that when people do the things they do, they say the things they say, it's nothing personal. And I know every situation's different, every story is different. But the truth of the matter is, when we do things, it's never because of, those people, it's because of ourselves. We either go into protection mode, survival mode, defensive mode. It's like, it all stems from how we feel about ourselves. So that's why they always say, like, you are in control of your own feelings, your own emotions, your own thoughts. Nobody else can do that except for you. And that shit is so true. It's like nobody else has. Why is this blowing so much? Fuck. Sorry. Nobody has control over your emotions. It's really bothering me. Nobody has control over your emotions except for you. So with that being said, it's like, haven't you personally done things in the past where it's like, you hurt somebody, but you didn't really mean to? You did it out of, I don't know, survival mode, or because you felt like you had to, or whatever the situation was. Like, was it really because of the other person, or was it because of you? And I feel like this is what can help people truly forgive and embody that energy, because it's so uplifting, it's so positive, it's so powerful, it's so confident. It's like, I encourage everybody to do it, because even the people who feel like they do this, honestly, low key, they really don't. Some of them, some of them do, some of them don't. But there's just a difference between fake forgiving and real forgiving. And what I would suggest as like a mental activity to play this out is, thinking about whatever situations got you like all tight, all messed up in the head, where it's just like, I can't forgive this person because blah, 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 blah. Think about the role that you played within that situation. Because I feel like, looking back, when I think about my ex-boyfriends and whatnot, I'm like, I always did the same thing mentally after like I broke up with them. I'd be like, they took full advantage of me. They didn't respect me. They didn't care about me. They didn't really value me, blah, blah, blah. And that's not to say that none of that is true. It's just more like, well, what did I do for it to get to that point? You know, people don't understand that when you don't have boundaries, you're welcoming people to do exactly those things. You basically have a sign over your head that says, go ahead, take advantage of me. And that's really a hard thing to understand and accept, because most people who overgive, when they get that energy in return, they would never do that to other people. But honestly, I'm sure there's somewhere in our lives, the people who overgive, where if they were to get that energy back, you know, it probably would be hard to balance that, right? Because you got somebody who's offering you the world. Like, if you were to really get that, how do you balance that energy out when you know you have somebody in front of you who would, you know, do anything for you? That's a lot to offer somebody. So to not think of it as temptation, to not think of it as, how is somebody not going to take advantage of that? That takes a lot. It really takes a lot, but it'll help those people who do overgive. So when I think of these relationships I've been in, I'm like, well, how do I forgive these people, you know? And it's like, well, shit, that's the role I played, you know? And then the role I played was staying with these people while I was seeing everything unfold in front of my eyes, lying to myself, telling myself it's going to get better, it's going to get better. And it's like, no, you already know it's not. You're just hoping you're the exception, right? The exception versus the rule. So when you actually see and you really think about the role that you played out, because it takes two to tango, no matter what, it just does. You have to then realize that you messed up somewhere, and you have to forgive yourself, right? You have to have compassion for yourself, knowing that you truly did know better. You didn't realize that what were doing was wrong. You didn't realize that what you were doing was going to bite you in the ass. You didn't realize. But if you knew then what you know now, would you make the same decisions? Would you have made the same choices? You know, probably not, right? We probably wouldn't have done the same things that ended up leading us to regret or sorrow or sadness or anger. We would have probably handled it differently. So therefore, that statement holds true. You know, don't be mad at yourself for something at a time when you really did know better. So you have to forgive yourself, right? You have to, once you realize the part you played, you're going to feel guilty. You're going to feel bad. Well, everyone's different, you know, people, you know, I don't know. But usually that's how it goes. And then you have to have compassion for the other person who did you dirty, right? In your mind, if this is the energy, or did you wrong, took advantage, it's like, okay, well, maybe that person did the same shit you did. Maybe they really did know better. Yeah, did they maybe low-key know they were doing something they shouldn't have done? But like, if they were to had seen how it was going to play out, or maybe the wrong judgment calls they made, or realize that let's just say it's a relationship, you are as good as it gets. Like, do you really think these people would have made the same mistakes? Do you really think they would have taken advantage? You know, I'm going to go with no, just to help you guys out, because usually it honestly is no when it's seen from outside, when it's seen from a higher perspective, because that's the truth. And truth is stranger than fiction, that we all should have compassion for one another, because we all fucked up in some way. Nobody's innocent. Nobody's walking out of any situation innocent. Like, let's be real. So it's like, if you can realize that and then really forgive yourself, you then have to forgive that other person too, because somehow they're mirroring something back within you, and you may not be realizing it. And I feel like if you were to just think of it from that perspective, it'll help you so much faster. It'll speed up that recovery time for you, you know. And I think, you know, a lot of us realize or don't realize, it really depends on you guys, right? But if you can really think about the lessons you learned, or what you got out of it, or what that person gifted you with, what did you get out of that person, out of these relationships, out of these friendships, out of these connections, what did you get? And if you're saying nothing, that's your ego talking. You know, there had to be something. Did these people give you food for thought? Did they make you laugh? Did they make you think? Well, that goes with food for thought, but you know what I mean? Like, and sometimes we get bitter because we're no longer associated with these people, right? And it's like, sometimes that's why we want to forgive, because we're no longer connected with the people who once made us feel really good. And it's like, well, if you think about it, since we're all technically one consciousness, like, what are these people that are no longer in your life? What were they giving you that you can't already get within yourself? Because everything's already within you. Laughing, thinking, deep stimulation. You know what I mean? Like, it takes a lot of, like, really just reflecting and really considering all perspectives to get to that point. And if you can do that, that is true forgiveness. And that's an energy that people will feel. Because the truth of the matter is, you don't want to feel like there's any bad feelings out there with you and other people. Even if you are that person who truly doesn't give a fuck what other people think, it doesn't have to do with that. It has to do with unconditional love. We should all embody love with one another, right? Because something attracted you to these friends. Something kept that family, whoever it is, uncle, aunt, whoever, cousin. There's a reason you keep in touch with them, and it's not just because of family is family. There's also some type of chemistry there. So it's like, you have to think about that sometimes. Like, what drew you to these people? What kept you connected with these people? And what is it about these people you can't get within yourself? That will help you see things more clearly, have more compassion for people, empathy, and an understanding, and it will bring better things your way. So with that being said, I'm going to shuffle. I already shuffled. I'm going to, oh my God, I can't, I'm going to, oh my God, what is wrong with me right now? I don't know. Take out cards for you guys? What the hell? I'm going to pull cards for you guys. Pull cards. There we go. Pull. Oof. Undying love. The love you have shared is eternal, regardless of the situation. What did I just say? That's exactly what I was just saying, is like, sorry, I just want to make sure the camera's on it. We're never separated. We're never separated from people, because it's all energy we're getting from others at the end of the day, you know? Okay. Mother, Father, God, vulnerability and freedom. How can you forgive? When I see these two cards, I'm seeing people look out at the universe. You know what I mean? Like the sky, the cosmos, trusting in the universe. And that's what trusting the universe really is. That's what surrendering truly is not just saying you trust the universe, but actually knowing that there is this divine plan laid out for you. And that it's something that it's going to lead you to where you want to be, not just where you need to be, but where you eternally want to be. But sometimes we're not connected to that part of our soul. So it may not feel that way. So it's like, if you put out this energy to the universe of how you want to forgive and you're having trouble with it, the universe, feels that. That universe feels that weight on your, I keep saying it wrong, weight on your back, weight on your shoulders, whatever. And the universe wants to help. The universe wants you to feel good. We're meant to live life happy. We're meant to live life feeling our best self. It's not meant to go down miserably. It's not meant to go down sad or angry. Some people do have those lives, but that's because they didn't believe that they were capable. And they could say that they did, but the truth of the matter is they didn't. How can you forgive? Surrendering is what I'm picking up on. There's freedom with just letting things be and letting it play out. What leaves, let leave. What comes, let it come. And don't be wrapped up in fear. Because sometimes I think that too. I'm like, but what if I get hurt again? And it's like, well, there you go. You are going to get hurt again. Self-worth and self-esteem. I honor myself by doing things that please me, not only those that please others. I am empowered as I release the need to live up to other people's unrealistic expectations of me. When I respect and approve of myself, others will naturally do the same. I teach others how to treat and respect me by how I treat and respect myself. I know I am worthy of love and respect. The boundaries I create with others acknowledge my self-worth. I feel like this one wants to come out. Moon in Leo. It is an important time to guard against being self-centered, over-opinionated, or pushy. Oh my God, it's full moon in Leo. I love this. Okay, but how can you forgive? It is an important time to guard against being self-centered, over-opinionated, or pushy. So sometimes we have this this feeling that our thoughts. So a Leo is a fixed sign, right? Fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Aquarius. Hold on. Cancer. These are like very stubborn signs. So you know, I never take these cards like word for word. It's just something within that energy. So it is an important time to guard against being self-centered. So you see how there's open arms here? Open arms. So it's open heart chakra, open heart chakra, open heart chakra, trusting. It is an important time to guard against being self-centered, over-opinionated, or pushy. So when it comes to forgiveness, you may have the personality where it's like that stubborn energy where it's like you feel you're right. And you may have a hard time seeing your faults. But that would be complete and total bullshit. And I'm not going to word it any other way. That's not true. You just got to dig a little deeper. I don't have to fear my fear. I can use it as a way to get closer to love. So there's a message about boundaries. There's a message about fear. There's a message about like stubbornness and control, I feel like. So ego is playing out here. I knew it. Hold on. Okay. Oof. Okay. How can Scorpio forget? Oh, okay, that was fast. King of Swords. Balance. This is a balanced person. Okay. I'm just looking at the cards. So you may have this fear, and it may be conscious or on a subconscious level, where forgiveness means opening the possibility of getting hurt again. So going back to trusting the universe, it's like if you ask the universe for help, if you ask the universe for guidance, you can just put it in the universe's hands, or source, God, whatever it is you believe in, and you don't have to fear. The universe is going to remove what needs to be removed, put in what needs to be put in. It's okay to be vulnerable. You may be keeping yourself a prisoner out of fear. You may be a prisoner to your own mindset, where you feel like vulnerability and showing no, I'm going to say it, love is a gateway, a doorway to getting hurt, because then people can see you and know how to hurt you, right? So it's like, you can't even think like that. When you think like that, you welcome that energy in. You literally have to, what you should do is understand why you embody that energy and then get rid of it. Get rid of it by surrendering to something higher than you, knowing that you will always be guided to where you're meant to be, or meant to go, sorry. The love you have shared is eternal, regardless of the situation. I honor myself by doing things that please me, not only those that please others. I am empowered as I release the need to live up to other people's unrealistic expectations of me. When I respect and approve of myself, others will naturally do the same. I teach others how to treat and respect me by how I treat and respect myself. I know I am worthy of love and respect. The boundaries I create with others acknowledge my self-worth. That's also how you can get out of this fearful energy, is knowing what your boundaries are. Not just having an idea, not just thinking you know what you're going to accept and not accept, but actually really knowing and sticking to it. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes and channel. Okay, there's a lot of fear going on. I'm seeing it. How do you forgive? How do you forgive? So I'm definitely seeing movement through the fear. Like keeping it going, not getting stuck in the past and past timelines. Giving it to the universe and then just going with the flow is what I'm getting. Like just knowing you gave it to the universe, knowing that you're safe and protected, and then doing what you want to do. There's something about freedom. There's something about freedom and wanting to be playful. So I'm going to open my eyes here. So I feel like this is the message with the cage. Like I saw like a wolf in a cage wanting to be released. So the gate opens and it's like playing with toys. Mother, Father, God, vulnerability and freedom. I feel like what could help you forgive is opening up. There's a reason there's a wolf in a cage. Like there's no need to guard yourself. Have fun. with whatever it is. Be lighthearted about it. Not everything needs to be so heavy. Not everything needs to be so serious. You know what I mean? This is not life or death. And I feel like we may not even be thinking like that, but our energy feels like life or death. And it's like, just let yourself loose. I really feel like these were the wolf in a cage, wanting to come out and be free and playful. Vulnerability and freedom. Maybe it's like a wild, instinct of yours. Maybe it would be a wild, energy to just be fucking free. Don't keep yourself in these too high of boundaries, because then nobody can reach you. And it's like, well, it's like nobody realizes that when they're in fear of getting hurt or rejected, that's the message they're sending out, is that I'll never let anybody in, because then it's risking my heart. And I get that fear, but at the same time, it's like, it's worth the risk. It's worth it. I promise you, in every type of way, it's always worth it. It's worth it to feel and not limit yourself to feeling. You know, friendships, family members, lovers, it can be fun. It doesn't have to be so heavy. Something about tears, sadness, and feeling like you would fall backwards. Go backwards. You would, it's like what I'm seeing is you wouldn't be climbing up. There would be a fear of falling down. That's not confidence. It's not confidence in the universe or yourself. What are your expectations of people when they come into your life? Friends, family, and lovers. What are your expectations? Do you know what your expectations are? There's a reason there's this cage. There's a reason why it's bottled up feelings, not wanting to be vulnerable, not wanting to let yourself free. I'm definitely seeing Beauty and the Beast. It's like that dancing scene in the library, but it's in the clouds. So I feel like it's that undying love. So I'm gonna open my eyes. So the love you have shared is eternal, regardless of the situation. So sorry for the background noise. I feel like sometimes, I feel like they're showing the dancing scene for a reason. It's like the dance of life, right? Within the cosmos, it's like what once was, and it's like, what will it be now? you know, when we're out of these relationships, friendships, connections, whatever it is, you know, it's like that feeling you had for one another, when you're able to see people's true light and you're out of this resentment energy, this angry energy, this or guilt, whatever it is, it's like you will just see people's light. You will just see them for who they truly are, their soul's essence. That doesn't go away. That's unconditional love. And there's nothing wrong with that. Appreciating the dance of life, the people who come and go. And again, focusing in on what it's taught you, what it brought you, what were you gifted with, and what did you gift these people with? I feel like I'm seeing you with a pencil, with a stapler, and then looking up at the sky. So I feel like it's a matter of balancing your mind and your heart. Like expressing yourself, letting it out in whatever way that seems like it would work for you. Whether it's journaling, post-it notes, whatever does the job. But there's something here about expressing. How can you forgive? Clear out your mind. I'm seeing your mind, and it's like that sounds bold, right? Well, from what I'm seeing, it's like really going within, like as if like there's messages in there for you to contemplate about, to think about these situations. It's like if you can commit to this, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like don't you may distract yourself. I'm gonna open my eyes. You may distract yourself to stay to not connect to source sometimes. I feel like these two are connected. King of Swords and Mother, Father, God. I felt like this was your mind. I feel like the message is connect with source, because we all have this divine part of us, this divine energy where we can always connect with source within ourselves. It sounds weird, but it's the truth. It doesn't matter. Like, you don't have to be psychic to get this. You don't have to get visions to get this. You're just going to start getting downloads, random thoughts. You know what random thoughts are? Literally fucking random as hell. You're going to be like, what the hell? Well, that was weird. No, that's not weird. It's a download. Try to be more, try to acknowledge those things more. I feel like source is trying to connect with you, or you're trying to connect with source. And you're onto something here, because there's messages within, like, there's messages from the divine or whatever it is you believe in, like in your mind for you, to help you. but you have to be like committed to that. You know, like maybe spend a few minutes every day, maybe 5 minutes a day with whatever type of setting works. It could be guided meditation, it could be silence, it could be what is it, hertz or frequency sounds? I don't know, but whatever you feel like would get you closer. And I would just start off as small as 5 minutes a day. It's going to do something, and you're going to see a difference. I promise you. So I feel like I'm definitely seeing that messages are being sent to you from source on this, because I feel like this is either not being dealt with, or you're just having like a hard time with this. Something's up with it. Try to be less ego. Ego equals fear. Because, you know, when you're trusting in the universe, you're trusting in something higher than you, you're never going to feel fear. Because you trust that things are always working out for you in your favor. But it's like behind the scenes. I am empowered as I release the need to live up to other people's unrealistic expectations of me. When I respect and approve of myself, others will naturally do the same. I teach others how to treat and respect me by how I treat and respect myself. If you're constantly distracting yourself so you don't deal with how you feel about things, people see that and they don't respect that. Yeah, I feel like that's all I'm getting for this. Have confidence in yourself to be vulnerable. I really feel like there's a fear there. When was the last time you were vulnerable? Maybe think about that situation. Maybe that'll give you clarity as to how a past timeline is with you every single day, holding you back. So yeah, that's what I got for you. I hope that helped. I hope that resonated. All right,